tonight, I don't understand why he allowed Maffeo to get into his head. It was like Maffeo was living rent free in his head. Yes, we all know Maffeo said something about if they got 10 seconds or 10 minutes in the boxing ring, he's gonna deal with him. And so I feel like Vinicius had that thought. He had that stuff in his head, and the only thing he was really, really eager to do, the only thing it was that he had in his head, the only intention he had in his head was to prove Maffeo wrong. At some point, Vinicius got really, really emotional in this game. He was really, really emotional. I, for one, I'm actually glad that he didn't do exactly what they expected that he would do, get aggressive and begin to play offensively and everything. So, yeah. But I didn't appreciate the fact that he allowed this guy to stay very free in his head. He allowed him to control his thoughts. Maffeo was actually playing mind games with Vinicius, and I wasn't really, really satisfied with that. It was almost like they were playing, a WWE, especially when Vinicius had, when Maffeo had Vinicius on his back. It was a really funny moment for me to see. But Courtois was just there. It was just there. He didn't really make any impact in that game to me. I mean, he had about 2 saves. Yeah, he did have about 2 saves, but he didn't really make any impact. It was just there. It was just there. Yeah. Vasquez surprised me. Vasquez has always been good. And there's this thing about players having their on and off and all, but I think tonight Vasquez was good. It was spectacular. He defended so well, and he was calm. Yeah, he did. A lot of persons were wondering why Vasquez made the starting 11, but eventually it turned out to be a very good player on the field. Tchouaméni, Tchouaméni was just Tchouaméni. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, well, I low-key feel pity for him, especially with that foul, the contact with the head and everything. And you could tell that when they took him out of the field, he wasn't really excited about him leaving the pitch. It was more like he wanted to keep playing the game. Well, he couldn't possibly go on because, Kama was good. Kama was good. Even though I don't understand why Kama kept shooting. Like, bro, who are you, Steph? Why exactly are you shooting? He kept, whenever he got the ball out of the box, he just kept shooting. Like, yo, slow the pace down. But yeah, Kamavinga, defense-wise, he was really, really good in that game. Rodrigo was beautiful. Rodrigo was... Guys, it's almost like I want to marry Rodrigo, because what is that thing that guy did? And to cap it all, he scored the last goal for the Los Blancos, and yeah, he did make some mistakes. It's normal, especially there was a chance that he got, and he selfishly played when he could have passed to someone else, when he could have passed to Mbappe. He selfishly played. Shot the ball himself when he could have easily passed. So yeah, it was selfish, but that aside, Rodrigo, his performance tonight was outstanding. It was Mbappe. Mbappe had a beautiful 45 minutes at first. The first half. He had a beautiful game in the first half of the match, and in the second half it was almost like he wasn't happy because they weren't really passing the ball to him. They weren't really giving. The second half, it wasn't really looking exactly happy. But like I said, Vinicius Jr. allowing Maffeo to stay rent free in his head. Funny thing, at the end of the day, Maffeo thinking is going to deal with Vinicius Jr. trying to play mind game with Vinicius Jr. ended up being the one to cry. It was even funny. I expected him to get a card for that stunt that he put, because it was fake. Why are you acting? You're supposed to be playing. Why are you doing what only an actor does? Acting. Maffeo was supposed to get a yellow card for that, but it is what it is. Officiating these days, we can only take what we get. But yeah, apart from the fact that Vinicius got emotional in this game and he allowed Maffeo get into his head, I think he played beautifully. He had a very, very good 60 minutes in that game. He had a very good 60 minutes in that game. And it was calm. Funny enough, Vinicius was calm. And then he also selfishly lost a ball. Vasquez was here. You could have just shot the ball, passed the ball on to Vasquez for him to go for goal. But he selfishly played the ball and ended up losing it. So yeah, that was a very selfish one from Vinicius. Now that is like the 2 chances that Real Madrid got in this game that I am not happy, I'm not excited that they actually lost. We all know how calm Bellingham is. Naturally, we all know how calmly he plays. Yeah. So that goal, Rodrigo had his shot. Mbappe went to the keeper, and then Bellingham calmly. So that is just Bellingham doing only what Bellingham does. So yeah, if you're asking me to give, if you're asking me to give my the man of the match, I'm giving it to Bellingham because it was really really calm and outstanding in that match. So yeah, it was a really really beautiful game. Like I said, Asensio, I loved Asensio in that game. I just naturally love to see Asensio smile. There's something about the smile that Asensio wears that makes me grin from year to year, and he only smiles when he's having a good game. So yeah, Asensio came on and he had a beautiful game. Brahim Diaz also, like I said, should get more starting time, and also same goes with Asensio. And of course, we all know it's El Clasico, baby. It's El Clasico. So Barcelona and Real Madrid on Sunday at Jeddah. And as you all know, Jeddah, they are dominated by Real Madrid fans. So it's like, for the Real Madrid, for the Los Blancos, it's home away from home. So yeah, they'll definitely be having more of their fans on the pitch. So yeah, but still, in the last El Clasico, Barcelona bottled Real Madrid with a 4-0 win. But in the last Super Cup, Real Madrid bottled Barcelona with 4-0. So let's see. Is it going to be a repeat or a repetition of the last Clasico? Or is it going to be the repetition of the last Super Cup? Which means, is Real Madrid going to be winning, or is Barcelona going to dominate this game? Whichever one it is, we'll be here to talk about it after the game on Sunday. My name still remains Adejoke at ABC, and of course, I love you. Mwah.